when you're speaking, one of the most difficult things to do is to memorize your speech. And some speakers make it more difficult than it needs to be. But maybe you've done this. You go to your speech, you're working through it, and you try a little bit here, you try a little bit there, you kind of go at it, you say, I'm not going to do it right now, let's put it off. Don't really need to do it right now, I'll do it a little later. I don't need to do it now, I'll do it a little later. You put it off because actually you really don't know how to memorize it. You haven't really thought about it, you really focused on it. As a result, when the task comes to memorize a speech, you're just freaking out. Thinking, whoa, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to memorize it, I don't know how to really prepare for it. I don't know if what I'm doing is good or if it's working or any of that. I have no clue. None at all. Experienced that? You felt like that? Yeah. So how do you memorize something? If you need to memorize something, you really need to get something across that is very specific, very definite. You got to get it across in a certain way. How do you do it? How do you get about it? How do you make that work? Well, it's a common problem. So you're not alone in having to wonder about that. Fortunately, it's pretty easy to solve. Because there are 3 stages you go through when you're memorizing. If you don't understand these stages and how they work, you get confused. Maybe this has happened. You sort of begin it, you kind of stop it, you're not sure, okay, did I have it memorized, don't I? Oh, got something, man, how did I forget that? It really should be in there. It doesn't work. It doesn't flow, doesn't go, the whole thing kind of falls apart because you really haven't memorized it at all. And you realize that. Once you get the memorization down, you're so relaxed, so comfortable. When it comes time to actually give that thing on stage, to actually say that, everything flows. Everything works. Because you're comfortable. You worked it through. You've done the work you need to do. You've done the 3 steps. You've gone through it. Okay. Now we're ready to go. Now something's going to happen here. You've done all 3 steps. You're ready to take it on. And once you understand how those 3 steps work, when you do take the stage, everything's different. All of a sudden, you're really certain about what you're talking about. And because you're certain about what you're talking about, people look at you differently. You just get up there on stage, and all of a sudden, there you are, and you're really taking charge. You're looking good. Everything is starting to come together. You get that confidence, that look in your eyes of somebody who knows what the heck they're talking about. Instead of getting that deer in the headlights, don't talk to me look. You're confident, you're certain, you know what you're saying, you know what's going on, because you've done the 3 steps of memorization. And then quickly, the words come out. Everything just starts coming. Everything just starts going for your speech because you know what you're going to say. It's not a worry about, oh, I don't know if I'm going to do this. All of a sudden, boom, you've got a simple, easy way. So you don't waste time worrying about, oh, can I do it? Can I do it? Do I need to cancel it? Do I need to put it off for some other time? Don't need to freak out because you know it. You know it's going to work. So three steps. 3 things to understand. When you understand all 3 and you've got that process down, then things are better on stage. And if things are better on stage, you're more comfortable off stage. Maybe you've done this before where you freak out and wonder what's going to go on, and you freak out before going on stage. You may do that a little bit, that's perfectly normal, but the huge freakouts, the big freakouts won't be there because inside you'll know, I got this. I've memorized this. I know what's going on. So today you're going to learn about how to get that confidence. When you understand the 3 stages of memorizing your speech. The first stage every speech goes through is something that's simple, but people don't think about it that much. And because of that, there can be a lot of problems, a lot of confusions. The audience just looks at the speaker and says, "What? What did he say?" You experience that? The audience says, "What? What happened here?" And you're thinking, "Man, how did that happen? How did I say that? How did that come out? It needed it to come out that way." Once you understand the first stage, you don't have to be concerned about that because you get it. You understand it. You're ready for it. It's okay. Nothing to freak out about. The first stage is simply your words. As a speaker, the audience doesn't get a chance to reread your speech. It's not like a book. Book, you can look through the book and like, "Oh, I missed something there. Yeah, let me go back. Okay. Yeah, okay, I got it now. Okay, yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah, I missed that before. All right." Your audience can't reread your speech. If they miss something and it's important, they're going to miss it all the way through. So your words and word choice is very important. And especially when you're starting out in speaking, just learning how to speak, being aware of those words. Maybe writing them out. That's fine. If you want to write out everything you have, great. No problem. In fact, if you're going seriously big-time professional, you probably should write everything out, just to make sure your words are as perfect and fantastic as they can be. But even if you don't write everything out, write something out. So you've got some words there that you can go back to and say, "Okay, this is the sort of thing I'm talking about. These are the words I want to use, the kind of words I want to use, the way I want to say this." Because all you have as a speaker are your words. Words are a lot to do with your speech. They're the basis of it. I mean, going to step 2 in a little bit, and that can help, but if step 1 of words isn't there, step 2 isn't going to do any good. If the words aren't there by the time you get to step 2, it's just not really going to matter because the words weren't there. So think about your words. What are the right words to use? What words do you want to use? Well, some simple guidelines for words is use words that are simple, easy for the audience to understand. If you have a huge multi-syllable word, make sure, first of all, you actually need that word. Absolutely need it to get your point across. Secondly, make sure that you define that word. So every word in your speech, your audience can get it, because they can't reread it. They miss it. They can't say, "Oh, how do you go back and check that in? Oh, yeah, okay, I got that." Now, maybe if they're videoing you, they can go back and review the video. When they're watching that video, they'll miss what you're saying right now. No way. Just presume your audience can't reread your speech. Isn't going to go back over your speech again. So if you've got a point, you've got some certain words you definitely make sure they want to hear, repeat those words. Say those words over again. Make sure those words get into their head somehow. It's all about the words. And the more familiar you become with the words, the more you go over those words, the more those words become a part of you, the more you're memorizing, the more you get it. So if there are certain words you absolutely have to have in your speech, make sure those words are in your speech. Write them down. As I said, if you want to do professional speaking, write out every word you got. Every word you got. You may write it out in advance. You may just say whatever's on your mind and transcribe it later. That works too. But you want to refine it. Get it as fine as you can. Because all you really have up there as a speaker are those words. And when you're out there selling yourself as a speaker, it's all about those words. Those words have to be perfect. They have to be right there. Everything has to come together for those words. Now, the words are very important. Words are only step 1. To make those words really mean something, you got to go to step 2. Step 2 of memorization, after you've got the words understood, okay, these are the words I'm going to use, or maybe these are all the words, great, go over those words. The next thing is make sure you have step 2. If you don't have step 2, sure the words are there, but somehow the audience feels I'm just not feeling it. No, I'm not really feeling it from this speaker. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it that's not really working for me somehow. You had that happen. You see the audience is just not feeling you. They're just not getting it. Somehow it's just not getting through. That's what happens when you don't go to step 2. Once you have step 2, the audience gets it. They're like, okay, I get it. I understand what's going on. And this will help you remember what you're saying, an important step 2. And step 2 is about delivery. Delivery. Great, you got the words up there. Fine, you got the words. Maybe you got every word you're supposed to use up there. But if you don't deliver those words well, it's just not going to work. An extreme example of that is if you suddenly go, Mr. Roboto, hello, it is so nice to see you. This is such a great meeting. You are all wonderful people. Give yourself a big round of applause. That's just not going to move anybody. That's an extreme example of bad delivery. But you can see how bad delivery is going to cause a lot of problems. All those precious words, those words you so carefully, maybe if you're professional, wrote out every one of them, if they aren't delivered well, if the audience doesn't receive those words the way you want them to receive them, then you're done. You're finished. And that's the thing about memorization. The nice thing about delivery is once you get the delivery, it kind of can help you get those words down. Really help you get those words down. It's like, okay, now I hear the words I want to use. Here's how I'm going to deliver them. So when you start doing the delivery motions, oh yeah, I remember that part. Yeah, it's that part. Okay. That'll just kick your mind to remember those sort of things. So the words and the delivery go together. Sure, you got to write down the words somewhere. A few words, a lot of words is up to you, depending on how far you want to go. Major speech, professional speech, then yeah, write down all the words, definitely. But whatever you do with the words, make sure you got the delivery to back it up. Really, really important. Especially today. Because today, they video you, and you live on and on and on. And if you have lousy delivery, and that gets out on YouTube or wherever, people see that and think, ugh, I don't like that at all. That's not very good. Well, that's not good at all. Now, you may say, hey, I didn't intend that thing to go public. Privacy, get over it. You're delivering something somewhere, presume at some time it could go public. You've got people who like it or are interested in it or just like to use Facebook and Twitter a lot, presume somehow or another it's going to go public. People may just take pictures, but they may do videos. You really can't control it. Some people say, well, confiscate every cell phone, every iPad, everything they have when they come in the door. Well, that's not really going to help. And so it's not going to make you look like a good guy. Here, give me your iPad, give me your cell phone, give me your things. Yeah, we'll keep them here in a pile, we'll just give them you when you leave, all right? This speech is so bad, I want no record of it anywhere. And that'll freak people out. Say, oh, who is this guy? Stealing our stuff before I get in the door? Forget it, I'm out of here. But if you have strong delivery, and those things that they do video, really great. You got great words, you got great delivery, everything comes together. Wow. You're getting there. You're definitely getting there. So now, you got the words, you got the delivery. You've been working and working the words, working and working the delivery. That's great. Now you come to that missing step, the third step, where everything comes together. You really start to need now what memorization is all about. Right, great. You got the words. You know what the words are. You're working on them, going all the way through them. Fantastic. You got the delivery. Delivery works. Working the gestures, the movements, all that stuff starts to come together. Wonderful. Now, not that third step. Well, the memorization doesn't quite take place. You've got to have it. And if you don't have it, you notice people who don't have it because they kind of go through their speech and they're kind of like, okay. And then we go through it and then we something of, all right. And after that, you know it. And maybe you've seen it. Maybe you've done that. I don't know. You've done that. It's okay. You don't want to confess it here. That's fine. You know who you are. Once you get the third step, everything starts to come together. You really say, okay, this is what memorization is all about. Memorization really means. And that third step of memorization is simply to internalize. To internalize. Or to put it simpler, that great speeches aren't memorized, they're really internalized. You're thinking, Tim, what does that mean? I thought memorization and internalization were kind of the same sort of thing. Not really. Memorization is you've gone through and you can just recite things. Like you can memorize the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You've got it all memorized. You can memorize how to count to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Memorize that. You can just spit it out just like that. But it makes a lousy speech. Stuff you memorize is not going to make a good speech. You need to internalize it. It needs to become part of you. Part of who you are. So much a part of you that you know that speech. You've got it internalized. It's part of you. It's part of you breathe in that speech. You breathe out that speech. It's part of you. And part of it, of course, is getting the words down. Part is getting the delivery down. A lot of internalization is getting those things together. Delivery, words, everything coming together, and you know it so very, very well. You know it so well if someone gives you a line of anywhere in your speech, you can just start the speech right there. That's how well it has to be internalized. So maybe wonder, Tim, well, how do you do that? How do you internalize a speech that well? Well, first of all, it helps you if you're talking about something you're really interested in. If you're interested in something, excited in something, you have no problem internalizing it. You've already internalized it. Find your passion, find your speech. Boy, if you're talking about something you're passionate about, you've already got it internalized. You're already ahead of the game right there. Boom, ready to go. No problem. You've got it internalized, you're ready to talk about it, you're ready to go over it. Everything just kind of comes together. So you're internalizing things and they really are right there because they're about your passion. That's what you're excited about. You don't need to research your topic, you know your topic. And since you know your topic so well, all that matters is, okay, well, these are the particular things I'm going to talk about with this topic. These are the particular words I'm going to use about this topic I know really well. And here's how I'm going to deliver this topic. But the topic itself, the words, the understanding, that's already internalized. It's just this particular speech about putting those things together. That's what it's all about. Internalization. Just get really, really familiar with that speech. Just start going over it in your head, practicing it in your head. That helps. Practice out loud. Say it out loud. Go through the speech beginning to end. Just one time every day. Go through that speech beginning to the end. By the time you get through a month, you've gone through that speech around 30 times. Now that will help you remember it. And you'll just get it. It'll be right there. It'll be internalized. You've gone over and over and over it. Beyond memorization. Memorization tends to be rote memorization. Where you just say, okay, I'm just going to spit out all this stuff. It's not enough. You want to internalize it. You internalize it because you're passionate about it. You're excited about it. You want to get this across the audience. It's crucial you get this across the audience. When you do that, when you've got the passion for it, you're excited about it, you want to talk about it, then you've really internalized that speech. Memorization can be a challenge. But it's a challenge you can tackle successfully if you understand the three parts of memorization. The first part is simply the words. Getting the words right. What are the words you're going to use? Maybe you just need a listing of words. A few bullet points will get you going. But if you're a professional speaker, you probably want to really refine those words. Make sure those words say exactly what they want to say, the way they want to say. Remember, nobody in the audience is going to be able to reread your speech. So if you've got a point to make it clear and repeat it. If you want those words to come across, make sure you say words that are important, they're interesting, they'll stick in people's mind. Keep it simple. Keep your words simple. It's making it all complex and crazy. It's all right. Just simplify the words. Use the right words in the right situation. Now, if you need to use complex words, that's fine, but make sure you absolutely need to use complex words. Focus on the words. Make the words work as best you can, and just work and work and work those words until you can get them down. First step. Then you go to the second step. Second step is about your delivery. Delivery. How do you deliver that when you're on stage? You don't want to go up and talk on stage like this. I've got a really exciting topic for you. You will learn of wonderful things today that will transform your life. No. That's not going to work. Now that's an extreme example of bad delivery, but there's so many ways to really make effective, interesting, engaging delivery. So work on it. Take a look at your words and say, well, what should I emphasize? What gestures should I make when I'm doing it? How do I bring this thing to life? How do I make sure that everything seems realistic? That people are right there? How do I get the audience to see? All these things have to do with delivery, the way you deliver those things. Gestures you use, how much stage movement you use, where you move on stage, how you move on stage. All about delivery. And delivery is going to really pop things open. That's the second step. Third, final step is to internalize. Internalize. You've got to know the speech so well, it's a part of you. So if somebody said, okay, here's a line from it, give me the rest of the speech. You can start that speech anywhere, any line. You know your speech that well. The way you do that, if you're talking about something you care about, you're interested, you're passionate about, you really want to get it out to the audience. It's something that just stirs up in you and bubbles up in you, and you just want to get it out there. Because it's so important to talk about it. You find your passion, you find your speech. Once you find out what you're passionate about, it's no problem internalizing something because you know it. It's part of you, part of your cells, it's part of your DNA, it's part of who you are. And now you've got these really juicy, fantastic words you're using. You've got this great delivery you've worked on, perfected. Now I got to internalize and put those things together. More often you give that speech out loud or in your head or however you do it. The more often you go over and over that speech, the more that speech becomes part of you, the more you internalize that speech, the more effective that speech is. The more you do that, the more you really get that down, that then is good memorization. When you get that speech memorized, and you do go out there on stage, yes, you're going to go out there certain of yourself and confident. So you're going to look around and think, hey, I'm passionate, I'm excited about this. I got the right words here. I've worked these words out. I know what words I want to use. I got the right delivery. I've gone over and over this delivery. I know exactly how I want to do it, what works, what doesn't work. Boy, have I internalized this. This is part of my passion. It's part of my life. It's part of who I am. I just love giving this out here. And you stand up there tall and you give that wonderful talk. If you've got the right words, the right delivery, you've internalized. Boy, memorization is a snap. It's a cinch. And quickly, you get that point across. Boom, the audience gets it, you get it. You don't have to freak out about it because it's all right. It's something you enjoy, you're interested in. Words, delivery, internalize. That's all memorization is. And all that comes together, pressure is off you, you start to enjoy being on stage, you start to enjoy being off stage. Off stage you can talk about this exciting subject to people, on stage you can talk about this exciting subject to people. It's great, and it happened because you took the time to memorize well using the 3 steps.